We moved into our new house during the summer, and we had a lot to get done before school started, so I volunteered to work on the yard. But Jenny, that's my sister, she said no way. She wanted to work outside this year. That's when Mom suggested we switch jobs. She wanted me to help her paint and decorate the upstairs bedrooms, and Jenny to work in the yard. I didn't know anything about decorating, so I wasn't too hot on the idea. And besides, Jenny knew even less about running the lawnmower. Well, Mom said she'd help me learn what I had to know about colors and stuff, and Dad said he'd check Jenny out on the garden equipment. So we gave it a try. At first, I thought it wouldn't work. What do boys know about colors and girls know about motors? But after a while, I realized that nobody's born knowing things like that. We just learned them. There's really nothing mysterious about picking just the right wall color to go with the curtains, or about running the lawnmower. It all worked out pretty well. In fact, we all found out we're pretty good at things we hadn't tried before. And the only reason we hadn't was that, well, we'd gotten in the habit of thinking that some things were for girls and some were for boys. But now, I've learned to just forget about that and not be afraid of trying new things. It's a lot more fun that way.
Come on, I'll race you.
You're on.
It used to be I couldn't even keep up with Mike, but now that we've done a lot of biking together, I've really built up my endurance. I always thought boys were just naturally stronger and faster, but a lot of it has to do with practice. Now I can ride for miles without feeling tired. Sure, there are some sports I don't do as well as a lot of boys, but that doesn't keep me from playing them. I just don't feel that there are some things that only boys or only girls can do. People can do just about anything they put their minds to. When I first got my bike, I let Mike fix it whenever the chain slipped or whatever, because, well, boys are supposed to know how to do that. Then I realized that he had to learn how to fix it just like anybody else, so I figured, why couldn't I learn? And I'm glad I did. It just proves if you're interested in learning something or doing something, you can do it, and it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl.
I remember when we were kids and people used to ask us what we wanted to do someday. Well, a lot of the girls said they wanted to be school teachers. But not one boy said that. Not one. But somewhere along the line, I realized you didn't have to be a woman to teach kids. And I'm glad I realized that, because if I hadn't, I'd have missed out on something I really enjoy doing. And I guess because of my own experience, I try to help kids realize there aren't some careers for men and some for women. Maybe if they realize that young enough, they'll keep their minds open and try out different things. I was talking with two of my students, Julie and Mike, and they both said they wanted to do something that would help people. When I asked them what that might be, Julie said she guessed she might be a teacher or a nurse. And Mike said a lawyer or a doctor. I suggested, since all those professions really help people, maybe Julie should also consider being a doctor or lawyer, and Mike a nurse or teacher. Well, I could see that got them thinking. And that's really what my job is all about.
I think women today have a lot more choices about what they can do, certainly more than my mother had. A woman can have a career outside the home, or she can be a housewife and mother, or both. I guess the most important thing is that people feel good about what they're doing. If a woman is bored or unhappy at home, then why shouldn't she go out and get a job? But in my case, with 2 small children and a house to look after, I feel I'm doing a really important job right here. I don't think for me there's anything more satisfying than raising children. In a way, I guess it's really my career.
I'll put that over here. When I was in law school, there were just 3 women in a class of more than 100. We had definitely invaded a man's world. But a lot's changed since then. More and more women are looking for jobs today, and they're doing jobs that used to be just for men. And I think that's good for everybody. If a man wants to be a secretary and a woman wants to be a mechanic, why not? So long as people are doing what they're interested in, they'll probably do a good job. And that's what counts, isn't it?
What really fascinates me about weaving is all the different textures and colors, and the way a design slowly takes shape on the loom. When I show people what I'm working on, a lot of them seem to think it's strange for a man to be weaving, I guess because it's almost always been done by women. But today a lot of people are discovering there aren't lines that separate what's for men or what's for women. So everybody has more choices about hobbies, careers, or how they're going to live. And I think that's great.
I first got into racing because of my husband. But Dan's always been more interested in the mechanical side, so now I do most of the driving. Every once in a while we trade off. He drives so he won't get rusty, and I handle the engine when he pulls in. We really work together. A lot of people ask, why would a woman go into racing? Kind of a funny question. My reasons are the same as my husband's. It's exciting. Oh, sure, sometimes it's dangerous. But when you have the skill and the know-how, it's really not that risky. We never even considered whether this was a man's sport or not. We both just did it because we like it. It just makes sense. If you want to do something, give it a try.